Welcome back. Multiple sclerosis is a devastating condition that impacts nearly 500,000 people in this country. Right now, the FDA is denying a drug that treats MS, despite the fact it's approved for use in other countries. And this morning, we've got a patient who participated in the clinical trials for this drug. He's a physician himself, Dr. David Goldblatt, right here to my left. We also got Dr. Edward Fox, and you were involved in this clinical trial as well on the doctor side of it. So start us off by telling me what is the problem?
A clinical trial is performed in order to try to prove both the effectiveness and the safety of a drug. And it's up to the FDA to determine whether the data is sufficient to allow the medicine to be given to the public. In the process of getting this approved, there was a disagreement between the FDA and the sponsors of it, which is the drug company, as to whether the trials were performed in an appropriate way. They were not arguing about whether the medicine was effective or not. They agreed. But unlike the rest of the world, the FDA had rules set that determined that they would not allow this medicine to be approved.
And Dr. Goldblatt, the drug itself is called Limtrada.
Yes.
What did it do for you?
It stopped the MS in its tracks. I got the drug 10 years ago and 9 years ago for 5 days the first time, 3 days the second time, and I've had no clinical or imaging evidence of progression of the disease in that time.
So clearly you think this thing should hit the market here in the U.S.
I think it should be used carefully and judiciously, but absolutely it should be approved.
We've got a picture of some of your family members, and you say that this is one of the main reasons that you were part of this clinical trial.
Absolutely. When Dr. Fox gave me the opportunity to get in the trial, I had failed on the best drug that was available at the time, and there were no other options really. I wanted two things. I wanted to walk my older daughter down the aisle at her wedding, and I want to be there and be able to walk when my younger daughter graduated from UT here in Austin, and I got to do both of those.
And Dr. Fox, what is it going to take to make this drug available in the U.S.? Can people at home right now help?
Well, much like in legal proceedings, there is an appeals process, and that's going on right now. The people who are on the advisory panel, and both of us went to Washington, D.C. to speak in front of an advisory panel. I was representing the company that developed the medication. He was representing the public who had been involved in it. That group of individuals do not have the background in MS that it might take to understand the seriousness of the condition, the data that was involved in the trial. And so the public involvement right now as part of this appeals process is the ability to sign petitions that are online. And it's a publicly held meeting. And so the public can be involved by writing either to congressmen or directly to the FDA.
Got it. I think that website is moveon.org.
Yes.
And we're going to have that link on our website when we post this interview. I want to say thank you to both of you for coming in. We'll have more information about this fight as well online at kxan.com. Let's turn things over to David now, tracking our